Last time, we were told by a talking tree to travel across Hyrule to get the 3 spiritual stones so we can get the Master Sword. But once we pulled it out, we became an adult. If you think that was weird, a ninja appears and tells us to do things. I have to go to 5 different temples to awaken their sages. So I started with the forest temple. I went into the Lost Woods and I met the ninja again. He teaches me a song and mysteriously disappears. After, we go in and do a bunch of stuff. This temple was really easy and I totally didn't get stuck and looked up a tutorial. I don't even know why that thought came inside your head. I beat up all the ghosts and went into the boss room. In it was a phantom Ganon. Instead of actually fighting, we had a game of tennis. He stood no chance. I played Wii Sports. When we get out of the temple, we find out that we're adopted. I'm only being told this now. I don't even know who I am anymore. Anyway, I went back to the Temple of Time and found the ninja again. How does he always know where I'll be? Anyway, he tells us that if we put the sword back, we can go back in time to where we were a child. So I use it to get a horse. The dude who owned it tried to kidnap me, but I just said no and headed out. I go to Death Mountain and I find this Goron who keeps rolling around. Damn it, I tried to kill him. So it turns out he's the son of the chief and he's named after me. Bit weird but okay. He gives us a red tunic and now we're practically immune to fire. The Gorons have been imprisoned by Ganondorf in the Fire Temple and we need to rescue them. We go into the volcano and meet the ninja, again. We vibe out and I go to the Fire Temple. There was a part where I needed to hit a crystal from afar but I ran out of arrows. I was about to quit the game and cry, but then I got the idea of using bombs and I felt like a genius. Got a big hammer. So I used it to smash a dragon's head in. I had to do this a few times. Are you telling me there's gonna be another phase? Oh, maybe I can keep the head as a trophy. Never mind. 2 temples down, 3 more to go. I went to Zora's domain but it was completely frozen over. I went into this cave and met the ninja once again. He teaches me another song and I get the iron boots. I went into the temple and it was very fun. I was getting tired of the temple so I told it to leave. And it just got up and left. After, I headed to a village but it was on fire. It was caused by an evil entity that was kept away by one of the great sages. It eats us and I get told to beat it up. So I fight skeletons on a flying ghost ship and beat up a giant ghost. After that, I go to Gerudo Valley. I get thrown in jail if I get caught, so I have to be careful. They're not dead, they're just knocked out after I shot an arrow through their head. Some carpenters got captured by the Gerudos. I rescue them and get acknowledged by the leader of the Gerudos because of my KD score. They let me pass their gate and I follow a ghost who leads me to the Spirit Temple. I meet the ninja again and he tells me to go back in time and come back here so I can do the temple. So I do that and get the silver gauntlets which allow me to push very heavy things. Some witches were possessing the temple so I beat them up using their own magic, killing them in the process. I go to the Temple of Time and the ninja reveals himself to be Zelda. It was such a plot twist, but obviously I already knew because I paid attention to the subtle hints. She gives us light arrows and tells us to mess up Ganondorf. The great sages use their divine powers of bridge making to help me get across to Ganondorf's castle. The main part of his castle was protected by 6 magic barriers, so I go and disable them. I find the golden gauntlets which let me lift even heavier things. I don't think I can lift your mum though. Once we disable all the barriers, we climb up the castle and find Ganondorf. He gives a speech about evil and we fight. Or at least that was what's supposed to happen. Instead, we play the most intense game of tennis. The fool, did he not learn his lesson from last time? The man had it coming. Ganondorf is a sore loser and tries to bury us with the castle, so we try to escape, but Zelda is taking her sweet time. We finally got out of the castle and it looks like he's dead, but he emerges as Ganon. He catches me by surprise and knocks away the Master Sword, so I grab my hammer and smash his head in. We grab our sword back and slash him a few more times just to be sure. Then the great sages use all of their divine power to send him to Brazil, a place where he can never return. And just like that, the world is saved. I get sent back so I can relive my childhood and peace. Now after all we've been through, do I still think this is a bad game? Absolutely.
Funnily enough, this is actually the 4th game I've ever beaten in my life. Kinda sad, to be honest.